Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Call Haloyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakah Kodash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abai coming at you with more precepts. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, "As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come." All right? Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. All right. This is not our place of rest. We are surrounded by our oppressors, as it says in the book of Deuteronomy. Go there right quick. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 33. It says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long." No, Salak, that ain't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 33. Salak. It says, "The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always." Right? So this ain't our place of rest, man. This is a punishment. And according to the punishment, we were going to be oppressed. And this is not just pertaining to the daughter of Babylon. This is the earth. Because scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked are the ones that are executing these curses on the Most High's people. Right? And that does not just pertain to one land, one portion of the earth. That's the whole earth. Right? But it's so many of the Most High people that they just cannot understand it. They want this place to love them so bad, right? A lot of people feel, well, if I go to school and I get this education, or if I'm seen in the pursuit of a higher education, then I'll get respect. Or if I get this certain job and I dress a certain way, then I'll get a certain respect. Or if I talk this way and don't talk that way, or if I wear my hair this way and don't wear my hair that way, I'll get a certain respect. But the truth of the matter is, it don't matter how nice you talk, don't matter what your job is, it don't matter what part of the earth you are on, it don't matter how many degrees you got. At the end of the day, in this world, you a nigga. And that's all you are. You just an educated nigga. Or you just a high-paid nigga. But at the end of the day, you just a nigga. Right? And given opportunity and circumstance, these people will show you. So with that being said, I'm going to let the video play and I'll be back.
Relatively civilized.
They look like any European family.
Christians, they're white. You know, this is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to happen.
When they say, oh, civilized cities, and in another clip, well-dressed people, and this is not the third world, they really mean white people, don't they?
With the Russians marching in, it's changed the calculus entirely. Tens of thousands of people have tried to flee the city. There will be many more. People are hiding out in bomb shelters. But this isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan, that has seen conflict raging for decades. This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to happen.
Now the unthinkable has happened to them. And this is not a developing third world nation. This is Europe.
As you're talking to us, Matthew, we're playing in the latest pictures of some of the refugees trying to get on trains or trying to get out of Ukraine. And what's compelling is just looking at them, the way they're dressed. These are prosperous, I'm loath to use the expression, these are prosperous middle-class people. These are not obviously refugees trying to get away from areas in the Middle East that are still in a big state of war. These are not people trying to get away from areas in North Africa. They look like any European family that you would live next door to.
These are not refugees from Syria. These are refugees from neighboring Ukraine. I mean, that, quite frankly, is part of it. These are Christians, they're white.
It's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles.
Some of the media coverage of the conflict in Ukraine has been kind of off. We have reporters and pundits making some rather awful remarks about the nature of this conflict and these refugees versus, say, conflicts and refugees in the Middle East. First off, Europe has been home to some of the worst wars and worst war crimes in human history. I mean, the Holocaust. So why this surprise that bad things are happening in Europe? And second, when they say, oh, civilized cities, and in another clip, well-dressed people, and this is not the third world, they really mean white people, don't they? The reason they seem to want us to care more about Ukraine, and we should care about Ukraine, but not because they're white Europeans. That shouldn't be the reason we care about Ukraine.
Yeah, no, that's what's so disturbing in all of this. And in fact, not only that, it's trying to make an excuse why the West should get involved and embrace these refugees and help them. Listen, let's be clear. You should encourage and actually help refugees because they are fleeing a war. I don't know if you saw this. There was a op-ed today in the Telegraph. Well, I think we have it. We'll put it up for our viewers to see. This was an op-ed in which the writer, Daniel Hannon, said that these people, the Ukrainians, they're like us. They watch Netflix. They have Instagram accounts. They read uncensored newspaper, and then goes on to say that war is no longer something visited upon impoverished and remote population. Oh no, it's happening to us here in Europe. And to your point, you're absolutely correct. Europe has had some of the worst human rights abuses and atrocities and wars in not just modern history, in all of history.
All right, so there you have it. We are not the same as everybody else on this planet, man. You can't make a person view you that way, right? And the things that they were saying about these refugees, those are the sentiments of the people that really run this place, for real, for real. These people don't care nothing about us, man. All that you see on the news with the smiles and everything is fake and falsified, right? They'll let you know, like I said earlier, given circumstance and situation, the truth about who your oppressor and who your enemy really are, it comes out and shines bright. But like I said, our people don't want to see that. They want this place to love them for whatever reason, right? For whatever reason. When it comes to dealing with day-to-day relationships, our people don't act the same, right? Somebody piss them off, they out the picture instant and with no regret, no nothing, just cut off. But for whatever reason, when it comes to this place and this world, our people will break their back to get this world and this place to love them, right? It's sad, really. It really is, right? But this the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, right? Our people keep trusting in their enemies, and the enemy just keeps showing them time and time and time and time and time again. We do not give a damn about you. We play y'all. We use y'all. We use y'all for entertainment, right? We use y'all to make us feel good. And we basically use y'all just point blank, period. Whether it be for work or whatever, right? But like I said, given circumstance and opportunity, yeah, they'll let you know what time it is for real. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 26. It says, there is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit. All right? Now, all of these people that got called out for spewing all that nonsense, I'm almost certain they apologizing to somebody, right? Because somebody making them apologize. But it's not sincere. It's only because they got jammed up. If they didn't get jammed up for what they were saying, it wouldn't be no apology, right? It says, casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not, where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware, right? At the end of the day, like it said in Sirach 12:10, never trust thine enemy, right? But the first thing you have to understand is you have an enemy, and you're in your enemy's land. Whether you in America or whether you in Canada, you in Europe, it don't matter, because we don't own none of this, right? We own none of this. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This ain't it. Right? It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So just imagine if things really got bad on the earth. If shit really hit the fan. Just imagine the treatment that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans and all our brethren around the world, all the so-called Negro descent, just imagine the treatment that we would receive, man. Right? All that love, and, you know, he's racist and he said this, let's cancel him and let's cancel this person. All that's going to go out the window, man. Right? Because that's just what it is. Our people need to deal with the reality of things. And the reality of things is, man, we don't belong in all of these nations. We don't belong to all of these nations. We are a nation within ourselves. So we need to love self first. All right? So with that, man, I'm going to end it. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ratazah. These precepts in this video were edifying. Call halal and Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Harakah Kodash Shalom Yashalom.